And so this is the beginning, and it all starts with double Sonic versus Rob. We got the Rob,
yep,
no pit here. I'm excited to see what happens here.
And it makes sense. You're up against Wrath and Sonix.
Yeah,
like,
having the laser is probably very good against two spin dash and blue balls at you. So you gotta be making sure that you are doing everything in your power to be matching them on the tier list.
Well, it was a little scary. Zomba already giving up a pretty preemptive jump there and putting himself in a bad spot. He took some damage, but he got away with it. Indeed,
yeah. I mean, Snake and Rob both have the tools to deal with Sonic, right? They've got the grenades, they've got the projectiles, they've got a lot of these tools that are going to make a lot of Sonic's game plans just a little bit harder, just a little bit more tactical.
Do you know from the in-game tags which Sonic is which?
Yep, of course. Always rocking the NG tag. Sonic's going to be rocking the Shadow. Very surprised we didn't get a Shadow Echo Fighter, by the way. But
so yeah, I was disappointed until I thought about how Sonic plays. And then I'm like,
fair enough.
Maybe we're fine.
I mean, they just give him a gun like Bayo.
That'd be so cool.
Just give him bullet arts.
Give him the motorcycle as well.
Give him Wario side B instead of spin that.
Be so cool.
A little bit of a tight spot for ApolloKage, surrounded by the two Hedgehogs. But now going all the way in the sky. ApolloKage hanging on to this stock for dear life.
Yeah, I think both of Red Team are. We see Blue Team sharking in the corner. No successes there. However, going so high, the pressure.
Yeah, we got just about an even game here, but ApolloKage going to whiff an air dodge.
Oh!
And, Wrath actually locking in here, hanging on to this stock. He's playing a little bit more defensive, and I think that's kind of the style they're going for, right? Sonic's a little more comfortable playing a little bit more of a mix-up heavy game plan. As I say that, wow, immediate retaliation.
I want to see a replay of that one.
You killed my phone.
So good.
You killed my brother.
All the way across the stage to find that.
Indeed, yeah. He said, "Oh, he's getting edge guarded. Let me just take a one-way trip on the fastest character's feet."
Because you're Red Team in that situation. You're Zomba. You see, oh, he's all the way on the other side of the stage. I can afford to finish my food. Indeed. And then all of a sudden, he's in your face.
Exactly. That's the thing. I feel like with Sonic, you're able to get to your teammates so quickly, right? You're able to find a lot of these opportunities here so quick because you're able to react. Oh, my teammate's getting hit. I can go save them. Oh, my teammate's landing a nice little combo. Well, guess what? I can combo because I'm literally the same character. Yeah, I can get a bear into their bear.
Yeah, you don't have to adjust your combo tree because you know, oh, they're there in the combo tree. Let me just
swap in. Right, it's Tag Fighter.
It's like
playing Marvel now.
Yeah, a DNA sequence. You just slot right in there.
Big back throw happening there. Gonna pull up into the sky. We got Red Team on the right hand side, just walling out with the projectiles. Maybe taking a moment to take stock here.
Yeah, both teams slowing it down a little bit, getting to that point in the match where I feel like this stock can matter a lot with how high both Sonix and Zomba are in percent.
Yeah, big F smash gonna send Wrath off stage though. The corner situation, and ApolloKage doing the right thing, right? Just throwing out these moves that are going to be incredibly annoying for them to deal with. Lots of explosions. If they get hit by the wrong one, that's going to be the stock. Zomba, notably on last life and very high percent as well.
Yes. So if you get that stock, does AK give the share stock? I think he should.
Yeah, potentially. We also might see self-sticky into grab combo type thing. So be very aware of that. Is very possible. Immediate share stock. There you go. The up throw going to come through. Still Zomba hanging on at 199, finally breaking the 200 mark, immediately taking that stock, as you said.
It's good to see the instant share stocks in those situations as well, because sometimes you get a little bit too nice to your teammate. They're like, oh, I don't want to take their last stock. And then when you finally do take it, it's been too long. And so you see those scenarios where one person will get killed, and then the team combo will happen to the other person, and they die right as the other person finally share stocks.
Indeed. Oh, the very late arm rotor going to put Zomba into a terrible situation. If Zomba can find the stock on Wrath, that's the most important thing, but Wrath's sitting pretty on stage.
Ooh, Sonix, though, scary off stage there.
Going for that homing attack is, I don't know. Homing attack's a blessing in disguise sometimes for the opponent.
Tried to go for the gyro combo, but it did force Zomba low. However, good air dodge back to stage.
Okay, big down smash clanging with that move. The arm rotor going to come out. I think that might have been a misinput.
Man, he just wants his damage. He's going so deep.
Oh, the double spring, the harassment is real. Going for the up air, not going to land. Catching the air dodge though, and the bear into the nair. That was got to be some weird knockback stack shenanigans that happened there.
That was such a unfortunate DI fake out as well, because you have to swap directions based on the nair.
It was just like the nair is going to send vertically, and the other move, I think it was a back air that was going to send horizontally. You pick one. You got to pick a direction.
Let's look at this again real quick as they're deciding what stage to go on. At the beginning of this clip, look at just how far away Sonix is. Like we're all the way at half stage. He's already looking at him. He's starting to dash in there. And then he comes in. We make a little bit of a fake out. We're trying to figure out where we go. And all the way from over here, like this is your starting point here. My man's in the NFL Combine. The 40-yard dash all the way over here, reads the low recovery, and then down air into the corner. Beautiful.
My brother! Catching him off stage, getting the stock. I mean, stuff like that's going to be the difference maker, right? It was very, very well done. And, of course, the knockback stacking there. Which way do you DI? Do you go up?
Yeah, exactly. Where do you go?
Where are we going? We're going to next game.
I just spin the stick at that point.
Yeah, like, you know what? It's chance time.
Let fate decide.
Chance time. You lose. That's it.
But one thing that clip that we were looking at, I think, highlighted really well as they are really thinking about it is how aware of each other they are. You could see from the movement kind of where Wrath was looking on stage.
Indeed.
Paying attention to his teammate at all times. And he ended up dashing back and he started fiddling with AK a little bit because, again, he's paying attention to both things. Recognizes where the opening is and then goes in.
Yeah, finding exactly where your opponent is, when they're getting hit, where they're getting hit. It is incredibly important and something that Sonic definitely excels at. Versus, you got these two characters, Rob and Snake, not necessarily like they're not mobile characters. They definitely have a lot of verticality to them. But it's going to be a lot more of like, we got to pick and choose our battles. And that's not one battle that you want to take if you are Zomba, taking it all the way up the top blast phone. You are just getting bullied right now by these two hedgehogs.
I love that little combo. Where do you go?
God, what was friendly that? Fire. It's all over the place.
Bro, give me a replay on that. What just happened?
That one too. We're gonna need the instant replay. I like the spring usage from AK. Not afraid to be playing around with some of these other stuff on the stage. And I think Snake players in particular are really good with like, I just want to use my opponent's tools as well sometimes. Big dash attack gonna come through.
Double Sonic is such a fun team.
Yep. Oh, we almost just saw the fair lead into that back air there on the right-hand side.
Very aggressive right now, by the way, from both teams. I feel like Blue team is actually the one that is really trying to prevent Red team from setting up.
Yeah, I mean, you can't let them build that fortress, right? It's the heavy artillery and it's Snake and Metal Gear at the end of the day.
They're at their battle stations.
They got the big robot. That's the turret. That's the technology. The innator, if you will.
Zomba's so good at getting out of those situations.
Yeah, he's been escaping like by the skin of his teeth very, very frequently. Oh, the sticky's been passed on to Sonix. You got to keep an eye on that if you are Sonix. Yep, C4. Okay, Snake off stage. ApolloKage gonna die.
There is no fear. Look at this. Continuing to swing. He still hasn't gone back to stage.
Oh,
he went for another one and another nair.
The Zom nair. We're just recovering, drop down bear, and Zomba still managing to find the time to be there for his teammate.
These guys are playing Brawlhalla or something. Yeah, I don't know how they are still alive off stage for so long.
It is. It's like dragging a JPEG of your character to wherever you want to be on the stage.
I want to be over here.
Yeah, I just want to move my. It's theory crafting, just in real time and in stage.
And very good awareness of their recovery tools as well to find those things. It's like, how many times have you been in those situations and you overextend just slightly and die for it?
Yep, and that's the thing. It's like each overextension is costing you so much here. And at least they do have another game to play. Red team, though, looking like they're very, very bad spot.
Wow, catching the high recovery so well. Zomba thought he was safe, didn't even try to air dodge.
I feel like a lot of the time, Red team has been a little bit overzealous with like how preemptive they want to be to capitalize on their teammates' moves, and it ends up leading to a lot of friendly fire.
Agreed.
Okay, big dash attack gonna get ApolloKage out of that situation. But two Sonics, if you thought one Sonic was bad.
Yeah, Eggman is fuming right now looking at the screen.
Okay, I like the spin shot into the opportunity there, but not able to capitalize off the second hit there.
It's like the
Big Bear.
The mini game from Sonic Adventure, where you put in the machine, you're like spinning around, going crazy.
It's pinball, actually.
Yeah, it's pinball. Pinball. We're actually playing Sonic Pinball.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's not much else to say there, right? I feel like it was a lot of the same. A lot of the same tactics that we saw from that game number 1. Just Wrath and Sonix keeping them off stage, pinned down in the corner.
Oh, this is the silly spot.
Yeah,
what
this is the
happened
one.
here?
What
Somehow,
happened here?
like, Zomba finds, I think, a nair. So, Tex
the stage, able to recover off of
it was a team kill.
ApolloKage's grenade as well.
There was a team kill in there. The back air. Yeah, there it is.
And Zomba was able to tech, but Wrath was not.
That is
ready
so scary. Right, that's what we were talking about, how difficult it is to be off stage in those scenarios, boxing, trying to find the openings, and you miss space by a few pixels and you hit your teammate.
You're off by a hair, you lose by a mile. You cannot be affording to make mistakes like that. Of course, they did lock in and take that game regardless of that mishap, but gotta tighten things up here on small battlefield to close out the set. We're seeing a little bit of a different position here. I feel like Zomba is now taking more of a front runner, and I feel like both of them are playing a little more split up now, trying to opt for the 2 1v1s approach rather than doing a 2v2 approach.
Ooh, that bomb saved him there. Unfortunate for Zomba, the AK's bomb happened to be in his clutches. Wrath and Sonic, though, getting sniped.
Yeah, the big laser going to take Wrath off the left-hand side, going to put an early lead for Red Team here on the smaller stage. And that's the thing, the smaller stage going to mean that the mobility disparity going to be a little less relevant, right? You don't have to run across the entirety of PS2 to help out your teammate.
Yeah.
You now can be there as a slower character like Rob or Snake for your teammate to help them out. And,
I definitely think it's a worthwhile trade-off.
Absolutely.
The downside, of course, being that it's a bit more difficult to set up Sen's Fortress on your side of the screen.
Exactly. You don't get to play Bloons Tower Defense with the fun Cyber Monkey. Okay,
Bro,
big stock over there.
I do like the attempt to use the Nikita to get the kill there going the other way, but wasn't quite fast enough. The frame data just a little bit too slow on that move.
Indeed. We got the grenades coming out. I mean, looks like we're looking to set up a little bit more of a defensive play from ApolloKage as he's getting hit up by Sonix on the left-hand side. And Zomba going to try to use a little bit more of that gyro. He's been seeing a lot more of the gyro this game.
Yes, it's a very important breakup tool, like a get off me especially. You can be charging that, and then if Sonic approaches you, especially on the platform,
let it rip.
You can just kind of, let it rip. It's difficult to do it on the ground because he might hop over it.
Indeed, yeah, he's got the Beyblade on lock. That's all that matters. Let it rip like Tyson.
Oh, speaking of, did you see we have a Beyblade tournament here?
What?
Like the World Beyblade Organization, I forget the full name, has a tournament at GOML.
That is awesome.
It's so cool.
The spin to win.
Yeah, actually. I love talking to those players about the meta of Beyblade.
The meta of Beyblade is not a sentence that I thought I would hear.
Neither did I, but there's like a crazy meta to it, both building and playing.
Okay, big hit from Wrath on the left there.
Sonic's no fear.
Yeah, Sonic's just deep off stage. That is the biggest difference maker, I feel like, for the stocks that Red has been losing a lot of the times. Sonic's always ready to take the plunge off stage.
Okay, good catch with the up air, though. Red Team looking much better this game. Blue Team, however, has brought this back from what was an early deficit to be even. So they've got a bit of the momentum at the moment.
Indeed, yeah. I feel like Blue Team as well. Wrath has been doing an excellent job at just making every single one of his stocks count. I feel like a lot of the time he's been sitting at like the very high percents. As we see, losing his second stock only just now at like the 173 threshold.
Yeah, unfortunate team kill there, trying to hit the opponent. That is so hard to avoid with such fast characters, with so many active hitboxes.
Oh my god. That was a Beyblade into a grenade, and the back air going to come out from Wrath, taking Zomba off the right-hand side.
Critical kill as well if they want to keep themselves in this, if they want to get that 3-0. AK running the front line despite being the one with higher damage. Has to be really careful. Great parry.
Okay, the grenade going to combo. ApolloKage himself is now, both of the Sonics are piecing up Zomba.
Ooh, the read from AK on the roll in.
And Sticky online too.
He wants to grab. Give me that up throw, baby.
Ooh,
oh, it's on AK now.
Stick, yeah.
We're playing hot potato.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he knows it.
Yep, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
We know ball. We know ball. If you get hit with that on you, that is a GG situation with the C4. Excellent lock-in there from ApolloKage and Zomba. I think the stage difference really did matter, like I mentioned earlier, just not forcing to play catch-up against the two fastest characters in the game.
Yeah,
when you're playing these heavier characters, I mean, yeah, it is a bigger stage, so you like to play this more defensive game, but when they're bringing the fight to you, you got to be able to help your teammate out.
You can also see just how much came down to that one read from AK, right? The tech roll in read to create that scenario to completely swap the momentum around that looked like it was going to be in blue team's favor.
Indeed, indeed.
I thought they were bringing it back.
And we're going right back to PS2. I mean, I'm not surprised that this is left unbanned because it's not like it's a terribly uncomfortable stage, but the strategy did seem to work with the smaller stage. I'm kind of surprised not to see like at least a slight ban, like at least consider it. I wonder what the other considerations for ban were. Big up air combo.
Well, yeah, it's tricky because like you don't. Well, you got to ban hollow, right? Because of the center platform.
Yeah.
So that's probably part of what makes it tricky.
Yeah, hollow Smashville probably gone, and then you pick probably Town. Double Sonic on Town sounds devious. We're seeing a lot of self-stickies though from ApolloKage. It seems like a change of game plan. Getting these stickies on, if they're taking the gameplay to the skies, as we see, can render it a little bit more risky.
I like it. Yeah, the pass back and forth as well. It's like a little bit of a fuzzy there. Who has the bomb?
Who has the bomb?
Only I know.
Big up tilt from AK, going to find the first stock of this game, number 4. And the Fortress strat starting to work out a little bit better now when you have a proper lead, but it's going to be hard to hold off two of the fastest characters in the game.
And AK is putting on so much pressure with that C4 as well.
Going all the way out there, sitting duck with the Cypher, right? You
How
don't have a lot of room
does
to
he
go.
keep finding those?
This homing attack off stage rarely works out in that kind of favor for our good friend Sonix. It's good to see.
If you're deep enough, you can't air dodge out of it and like use a explosive to pop yourself back up.
Indeed. It's just, you're kind of a sitting duck there, and full charge is absolutely going to break it.
Okay.
Sticky is now on to Zomba. Keep your eyes peeled for that red light.
Package is on the way.
There it is.
Package has been deployed.
Yep, that's that same day delivery, that Amazon Prime. None of that Canada Post stuff.
Yeah. The same day delivery goes crazy. I live like 10 minutes from an Amazon fulfillment center. Oh. It is the most clutch thing.
It's awesome. Down tilt, down tilt. Big scraps coming from Zomba, and signs of life coming from Red Team in this game, number 4. It seems like something shifted.
Triple parry?
Oh, big delayed up air, actually catching him out of the homing attack. But Wrath going to find the back air nonetheless.
Finally, that dash attack kills Zomba, who has been stuck tanking. It's incredible that Blue Team has been able to keep up with how hard Zomba stock tanked that first stock.
Indeed, yeah, 200% was the threshold. Finally broke it at long last. The big laser going to come through, not going to hit anyone, but they're holding pretty steadfast there in the corner. I like that AK's been taking the role of a little bit more support this time around, putting those stickies on, dash attacking with those intangible arms out of the corner to help his teammate out of their lackluster disadvantage.
I'm trying to get a read on whether Sonix and Wrath want to prioritize AK because he's dropping percent so much faster. And honestly, I don't think that they are being given the opportunity to, because AK is controlling the pace of the game so well and Zomba is being such a threat on approach. They're kind of just having to take what they can get. Yeah, they've got to find this stock very soon, though, as percent's building up on AK. This game might slip away from them. But the percentage differential right now definitely in Red Team's favor. They just got to find one of these stocks. Oh. Okay, air dodges early out of the Cypher, gets out of it. Good stuff to AK on the defense there, able to stay alive. But this is looking dire for the Red Team. Yeah, they got to make something happen. Quickly, the back air from Zomba. Amazing pickup, but the immediate share stock. And now Sonix needs to go, and quickly, and that up air going to clean it up. 2v1 situation, but just about any hit on ApolloKage will clean it up. How are we going to see ApolloKage avoid getting hit, avoid getting damaged, and lock in to do as much as he can for his teammate here? Yeah, this is, honestly, I think this is an even game. Yeah, just about. You have to find that one hit. Can you find it, Wrath? Can you find your opportunity? And Wrath, traditionally more known as a defensive player, and when you're defending against two of these characters that can just throw projectiles and rack up percent and set up situations like this on the ledge, the gyro covering just about everything that the two players aren't. I feel like AK and Zomba are doing a good job of setting up sort of frame traps against him on the approach, but he finds the opening. Yep. That's big for Wrath and Sonix. Now he just needs to close out one final kill. Yep, and now this is where I was mentioning earlier, the defensive playstyle is going to come into clutch, because now you just get to play the waiting game, really. At the end of the day, it is just up to Zomba to approach here with the percent differential. Yeah, you got 2.5 minutes. Plenty of time to work with. That's C4, yeah. Lingering. Oh. Okay, it's gone. Yep. Don't scare me like that. It was a little bit scary, I'm not going to lie. From the grave. Yeah, ApolloKage with the gift from the grave.
Forward tilt gonna knock him off stage. Wrath in a precarious situation, able to drift just far enough back. Zomba not gonna be the strong hit of the bear. Ledge trap though is huge. Waits for the double jump.
Zomba's looking pretty good.
And playing so grounded too, understanding, look, they gotta pick an aerial direction here. The back air is gonna clean it up, and even percents now the second back air, and that's gonna clean up the last stock. And blue team with the amazing comeback there. Sonix and Wrath gonna be moving on to winner semis. That was an excellent comeback.
Yeah, what a great ending. Wrath tried to slow it down, and Zomba, I think, played to that game. Like, okay, 2.5 minutes, I've got time. We'll play slow. And started to suddenly nickel and dime, and then as soon as he got stage control, then he went forward, and then it was over.
Yep, that was a very, very clutch moment from Wrath. Like, clutching that 2v1 it's no easy feat, especially against two players of ApolloKage and Zomba's caliber. I mean, you gotta remember, these are two top-level players. Wrath, of course, a top-level player of his own.